like it's kind of unfair to go up against Jimmy Horn in one-on-ones. Like,
I think he got great speed, even better route runner. The way he can like get his body to torque and get in and out of breaks is like it's nothing you can prepare for. You know what I'm saying?
Like somebody is trying to take his soul. He wants to break an ankle so bad. There isn't enough hype for Jimmy Horn. As much as I overhype it, y'all can call me a glazer. Y'all can say I'm pushing Jimmy Horn agendas, and I am. I am purposely pushing that nasty, amazing, fleazy agenda. Because J5 now, J15 is ready right now, and he's already taken over and taken ankles. So sometimes, like I said, y'all can say that I'm overhyping, but I did not write these words, and these are from a Carolina beat reporter, Mr. Mike Kay, and he says, one-on-one coverage drills against Jimmy Horn look unfair. He's beating fellow rookies by 4 or 5 yards. Latest victim is Travion Thomas. Horn jokingly jogs to the end zone and does a tumble dive. Funny stuff. So again, I think most of y'all who are watching this video looking for Jimmy Horn content, y'all already are fans of Jimmy Horn. Y'all already thought he was fire. Y'all already watched the dope TikToks. Y'all seen how ready he is right now. So let's go ahead and check in on them in training camp for Carolina, because it seems like Jimmy Horn is already blazing. So we're gonna watch a few clips of Jimmy Horn does what he does, and then he did a little interview as well with a local Carolina fan page. I think they're a fan page / reporter. So they do a lot of great stuff, and just for Liz, you go ahead and saying J5, J15, y'all know what he do. Too smooth, too clean, too all that. What does the head coach feel about Jimmy Horn? So this is, again, 6th-round pick. You know, a lot of people saying this is one of the more valuable 6th-round picks. Obviously, former Colorado guy, right? South Florida did, right? At least went to the University of South Florida. So a lot of expectations, and now you even have the head coach talking about him. So let's hear.
Now, Jimmy, you knew about his speed coming in, Jimmy Horn.
Yes.
What else are you seeing out of him that makes you feel like you've got a chance? Because you got a lot of receivers. It's hard for guys to get a look sometimes.
Yeah, I just love the way that he plays football. It's full speed all the time. Some guys, we have to really teach them how to get into a walkthrough mode. He's one of those guys. Everything he does is fast. You know, I think about Devin Tompkins, who I love, who was here last year, you know, and they just bring out the best in everybody, because, you know, when they're out there, they're going 100 miles an hour full speed, and they're looking to take the top off. So I love that style about Jimmy and what he's shown us, you know, whether it's in drills or in the team periods. You know, he's just all gas.
All gas in, I mean, I think a lot of people understand that. A lot of people know that. A lot of people would claim that as well. So, and this is another beat report that says the Jimmy Horn drum beat has been real coming out of Carolina. Not only rookie mini camps and OTAs, it's continued into training camp. So before we go further into these different situations, I do want to focus on the fact that, like you said, consistency. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency. There's a lot of people who can say something one day, do something another day, or just say, hey, Jimmy Horn is this and he's that. You have to remember, Jimmy Horn is coming off of being not benched, but he was sidelined because he had a hamstring injury. And David Canales said they were going to take things very slow with Jimmy Horn. And when I said that, I was like, hey, guys, that's not something that's very common for a 6th-rounder, or this is what I should say. It's not common for a 6th-rounder that you don't plan on using. That's really what I mean, right? I think that can happen to 6th-rounders, but it's a clear path that even at OTAs, they were like, yo, Jimmy Horn is going to be a valuable asset. And now we've gotten to the point of, you know, actually getting into training camp, and an NFL head coach is saying, yo, we need to slow him down. Like, he's too fast. There's too much energy, right? And that's a great thing for the National Football League. Great thing as a 6th-rounder trying to stand out, right? So absolutely phenomenal to see. Hunter Renfrow was the most targeted receiver in training camp today. This is just, I think, 2 days ago or a day ago when this was out. 23rd, sorry. Training camp and targeting Terry McMillan and Jimmy Horn Jr. and then Adam Thielen. Hunter Renfrow has found some notable chemistry with Bryce Young. So Bryce Young is finding a new favorite in Hunter Renfrow, trying to get Ted McMillan in there. But amongst those words are Jimmy Horn Jr. So it's somebody he's somebody that continues to find ways to go ahead and get open. So here is a little longer video. We're going to pop in and pop out here and there. And he's going to talk to Carolina Blitz. Again, I believe they do local news, and they are, you know, kind of a fan organization as well. They do great content. That's what I know. They've done stuff with Thomas Davis and stuff like that. So they're not just some fan people. They just are fans because they're stamped with, you know, Carolina greats and stuff like that. So let's hear.
This is Vashti Hurt with Carolina Blitz here at Panthers Training Camp 2025. Today we got to speak with rookie wide receiver Jimmy Horn. We talked to him about his number change from 5 to 15, coming from Sanford, Florida, playing with Bryce Young and more. Check it out. Jimmy, how has this been? Oh, first of all, Vashti Hurt with Carolina Blitz. Nice to meet you. All right. So how's this whole training camp process been for you? How have you I know you guys are pretty close. That wide receiver room seems pretty cool. Y'all have had some off-season stuff. But how's training camp been for you so far?
Training camp been pretty smooth. You know, still got a lot of learning to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm adjusting pretty well with the guys that's surrounding on the team.
Yes, sir.
And we building a good chemistry as a whole team.
Matter of fact, and I'm going to have to pause this just in case that music is, you know what I'm saying? But just to add a comment onto that, we even saw him working with, obviously, Bryce Young, Ted McMillan, everybody in the offseason. He has Xavier Leggett out there. So there's already being that that foundation being built. So we'll see how that kind of progresses on. Oh, sorry, wrong thing.
Canales said that you're one of those guys that you only know one speed, and that's fast. And sometimes he has to tell you to slow it down, like in walkthroughs. Is that just part of your DNA as a player? Like you always, it's no 2, it's always 10.
Now I got a couple gears, but I really just like to go fast. But that's a part of being a receiver too, learning how to adjust my speed too, like using it for like running routes and stuff like that too.
You're 15 now, and I saw something where you used to be J1, right? Then you're J5. So is the 15 a combination of the two?
J1, 5.
Yeah, 15 a combination of the two. The crazy thing right now, I'm rocking out with 15. It's a good number, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to have number 15 too, cause I got 5 siblings, and me make it 6 total, but I got 5 siblings. And then for my granny, before she passed away, she always take pictures, throwing like one finger up and stuff like that. So that's really why I like 15, not 2.
Would you?
Hey, all right. So y'all make sure y'all go watch the rest of that. That is phenomenal stuff. I really wanted to hear more about the number. Here we have some routes from the Carolina Panthers in general, so we can see these all in totality. We're gonna mute these and watch Ted McMillan work. And again, like we said, Jimmy Horn is going to be guy. Now, Hunter Renfrow, by all means, this motherfucker hadn't seen a route that he can't route up. He loves running them crazy routes. Ted McMillan, looking smooth at 6'5", right? It's really impressive when you see a guy at 6'5" not look like he's 6'5", right? Whether that's the way he moves or the way he handles himself. And Hunter Renfrow really looks like he is like, Hunter Renfrow looks like he's being double covered at all times by like Satan, like somebody is trying to take his soul. He wants to break them ankles so bad, man. Again, super smooth there, super smooth. We got Hunter Renfrow. I hope they sneak in some Jimmy Horn in here. Why y'all got no Jimmy Horn? Oh, here we go. There's some other people. Adam Thielen. Wait, that's not Thielen, is it? No, Thielen's 19. Trainng? I don't know who that is. Get up out of there. Nice. Nice. Some DB action, DB work. Smooth. I'm gonna skip ahead, see if we got some more wide receivers right here. Boom. And I mean, come on, we knew what that was. We already seen what J15 do. Get up out of there. Smooth, clean. You do have to think about this total offense, right? If you're a Carolina fan, and understand that, you've got a crowded wide receiver room in a good reason, right? You get your new big bad dog in Terrell McMillan. And then, on top of that, you're going to have Jimmy Horn. You have Hunter Renfrow. Like, it wasn't just Jimmy Horn and just the rookies. You have Hunter Renfrow. You still have Adam Thielen. Here goes Jimmy Horn again. Smooth. Everybody says that boy just too smooth with it. So I think that if you're a what's it called, a Carolina fan, you got to be pretty happy about the different flavors that you're gonna have in that receiver room. It looks crowded, but I think that's good. I think it's good as Bryce Young just kind of finds who's he most comfortable with, right? And it looks like Jimmy Horn is about on that short list. You feel me? These are some of the big bodies. We got any more receivers or what? You got any more receiver work? Let's get back to the receiver work. Mr. Bryce Young, and I will say this one thing about Bryce Young. It's tough for me to see him kind of like, disheveled the last year, right? I guess the beginning part and like the end of the first year, right? And you know, you talk about somebody coming out of Alabama who, you know, first off, by all regards, great human being, right? There's never been anything negative said about Bryce Young. I don't think there's ever been, like, you can't even try to shador him. You can't even be like, oh, well, he said that. I don't even think he's ever said anything that you can try to spin, unless you got AI. Like, he's just smiling California dude, right? He's from California, right? Mayor D. I know you went to Mayor D. Last was high school. So, and I'll throw this up here in the back as well. Is it just him yapping the whole time? Oh, no. He's gotta, I'm gonna let this do what it do as it do. So again, like I said, it's very sad to see him in that way, specifically coming out of Alabama, not just because, like I said, I claim him to be a very positive person or have a good reputation, but then on top of that, you talk about the fact that, you know, he was just known as a clean prospect, right? Not off the field at this point. What I'm talking about on the field, right? He's known somebody who processes well, gets the ball out well, right? He's always gonna make the offense right. You know, you see that on defense. He's a quarterback that typically makes all the decisions compared to, you know, like Deshaun Watson. I know it's crazy, but in in college, people were comparing him to like a competitor like Michael Jordan. Well, people were making those same comparisons to Bryce Young when he was making his collegiate days out there in Alabama. Obviously, killed my Texas Longhorns, in a very just smooth and clean way, just dipping under sacks and stuff to making sure he saves the game. It's a scary sight, but you know, that's enough of that. Hopefully he does well, but not well enough to interrupt with my Houston Texans. So let's hear what a few more things this was a few days ago, actually, the 25th. But this was before training camp, him speaking about the process, the work, and everything like that.
Right here, we got Jimmy Horn Jr. We out here in the A, training with Coach Steph Brown, you know.
Get me copyrighted, huh? All of these dang songs. But yeah, I want to talk about that because Jimmy Horn actually made an allusion to him wanting to be like Steve Smith Jr. Or Steve Smith Sr. rather. So again, if you're a Carolina fan, I don't know how you're not excited about Jimmy Horn. So he's talking about the adjustments of different things there, and then of course the offseason work. Again, that song probably going to get me absolutely clapped up out of here. So let's see a few more catches here, and then we'll wrap it up. Speak about Jimmy Horn. There's Ted McMillan again. I really do think a 6'5" that doesn't look 6'5" is always kind of what you want to do. Looking smooth. And then Mr. Sanders coming on a route. Former Texas player. Oh, that just reminded me. Mr. Sanders actually had something to say about Jimmy Horn. 1 second. And here were those words from the second-year tight end at the University of Texas about what Jimmy Horn brings to the table.
I think it's kind of unfair to go up against Jimmy Horn in one-on-ones. Like, he's beating guys by like 4 or 5 feet. What? Just how, like, from a guy who isn't, an athlete, like, how special is his speed?
Oh, it's. I think he got great speed, even better route runner. The way he can like get his body to torque and get in and out of breaks, it's nothing you can prepare for. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's game time and everybody moving full speed, it's nothing you can prepare for. You got to do your best to try to guard him.
So I made that clear. This is a former SEC guy. Well, we weren't in the SEC at that point, but you know, it is what it is. Texas Longhorn. He's been around Texas speed, right? Has gone against other top tier athletes and now has been in the NFL for a year. And as soon as Jimmy Horn steps on the field, they're drawing it back. I'm not saying it, dog. I want that to be maxed out. Some of y'all call me a glazer. Some of y'all say it's just training camp. It's just this, dog. We haven't. First off, don't just say it's just training camp. We haven't watched football in like 17 months. Calm down. I'll take any of it. All right. Second off, I do a thing where don't listen to my opinion. My opinion is Jimmy Horn going to win 15 Super Bowls, 5 Offensive Player of the Years, go for about 3,000 yard season. That's in my noggin, but I would never say that because that sounds crazy. Okay? But what the people that are there saying, what the NFL players are saying, is that Jimmy Horn Jr. is unfair to guard. Not just with the speed, but also with the route running. I've been told y'all about the route running. I've been told you him and LeJontay are going to terrorize people in the red zone as offensive coordinators find more creative ways with motions and things underneath to go ahead and get it done in that low red area. I'm just saying that Jimmy Horn's twitch, his ability, the fact that it looks unfair against other people, set up for success. I really do think Jimmy Horn is going to be set up for success, but let me know how you feel about Fleazy, J15, J5, J1. Ready right now. How are you describe your call sign to Jimmy Horn. I just know him as a dog that's probably going to make a large impact, whether that's just returning or that's also in the receiving game, because Bryce Young is always already finding targets for him. So y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. More importantly, comment down below if there's another team you want me to cover for training camp. We did the Cowgirls. We did them. We talked about them. It was disgusting. It was awful. Of course, we're going to be playing Shador, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shiloh Sanders, all that fun stuff. So is there anybody else you want me to cover? Let me know. Like, I already told you like it. So I'm going to stop yapping. Subscribe, bell icon. Don't miss a thing. Be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.